Mr. Radio Man, won't you turn that up? Yeah, that's my
This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
Put your hands up, yeah, we brought that life.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Do your dance, girl. Oh, yeah, girl.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
Hey, girl. Do your dance, girl. Oh, yeah.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
Like you can go. On a Saturday night, just rocking to the beat, living the champagne life. And Mr. Radio Man, won't you turn that up?
By the time you watch this, yes, today is December 27th, and we're getting ready to go into a new year of 2015. But by the time you see this, it will be the new year. So we're going to say Happy New Year to you anyway. And we know that everyone has a new resolution, what you're doing, how you're doing it. But by this time, you might have stopped. So we're going to talk about the resolutions, and hopefully by the time we get to this, you'll be wanting to do it again. By the time you see it, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Well, I'm going to tell you forgot about me, and how could you forget?
Oh,
this
I
right
did.
here?
I forgot about
That's
all
okay.
of this. Oh, how could I?
How you missed all of this?
I don't know, because
I
you
know,
are
'cause I'm
just,
basically sitting on top of you, but that's
you,
all
cause you
right.
just so fantastic.
I don't know.
too.
I'm Danielle Patterson. I am single, never married, and we all know. It ain't no man around here that's ready, willing, and able to handle.
All of this right here. Yeah, all of this. Who's out there trying to handle all this? But do you have, I don't have
Apparently
any.
it's a lot. I don't know. People watch the show and they like inbox me, email me, and Facebook me, and direct message me. But for all of y'all out there that's on the Instagram thing, it's like a movie, and they said that Twitter is for idiots and that Instagram is for idiots that can't read. I'm gonna tell you that Danielle is an idiot because I don't know how to get the direct messages. So I get them and I don't know how to respond. So the love of my life might be direct messaging me. I don't know. You gotta comment on the pictures. I don't know.
I don't know who the love in my life is, whatever. I'm anti-love right this second. So I'm talking about New Year's, New You. Do we have resolutions?
Oh
Is it
God,
about
no!
the
Please
resolution?
not the New Year, New Year.
No, by this time, when you see this, you'll be thinking whoever had a resolution, had ever a goal in life, they'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. You might have something you want to do differently. I think somebody has something you want to change in your life.
Everybody has something they want to change all the time.
We're not
but
perfect.
I just hate the whole New Year, New You thing because it puts, my New Year could start today. My New Year should start on the day that I make up my mind to do something. Because to me, when you say, okay, on January 1, I'm going to do it, that means they gave me 4 more days to not do it. And that could have been 4 days into making it a habit of trying to better myself or improve myself. So if we're going New Year, New You, and you saying today, December 27th, then today is your New Year, your New Year.
Exactly. I started my New Year, New You in September, and by this point, I have lost 20 pounds, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited. So going in, by the time we see this, I want to say I have lost maybe 50 pounds. I don't know. By the time you see this, so we all have something you want to change. How about Melisha? It's not about New Year, New You, but there is something I think we all need to change because when we get to why are we single? What is this something that we need to change? Is God preparing us for something?
I just want to change my overall thought process. Just start taking care of myself better, eating right. You know, those things. I'm going to say a New Year's resolution. I'm just going to say I'm going to start. Like today.
Okay. You starting right now?
Like
Yeah, start right now.
Okay, tell me what things you starting because accountability is key.
Hey,
Because
it
you know
is.
I'm going to call you on it.
All right.
you
well,
right.
we'll talk about it. Eating right,
Don't know. You got to put it on camera. It don't
Exercising.
count if you ain't put it on camera.
working out more often.
How often a day? You don't work out at all now. So
Yeah.
once a week, got you.
So you got me. You gonna be calling me once a week and say, "Let's go." All
Wait
right.
a minute.
I'm gonna be looking forward to these
Wait a
phone
minute,
calls.
Melisha. I asked you to go work out with me, and
Uh-oh.
it's excuses. So no
I
more
do.
excuses.
No more excuses. I do have excuses because I'll be tired and I'll be using work and driving home and how long it is and all these excuses that we have. But the excuses have to stop. And I do realize it. So we're going to make that change.
Amen to that.
All right,
And
yes,
some things,
yes,
Shelly,
yes.
some things do take time. I know for me personally, I always look into kind of just debriefing from the whole year, looking back and kind of having a focus on the new year. So since I work in finance, I have a plan to be debt-free at least by summer. I picked up some extra credit card bills after I bought a new house, and so I met with my financial planner, and some things take time.
So you going to pay for your house by the summer?
I didn't say my house.
No, you said debt free.
Okay.
That's
yes.
debt.
Right?
The house is debt.
I didn't say specific, Danielle.
No, you said to be debt free. To be debt free
Right?
is to owe
so
no
here's
one.
a couple things that you may not always be totally debt free. I never said 100%, and I never specified
Debt free
of
means
what.
100% no
Okay,
debt.
all right. Well, she's gonna.
Okay,
her
So
plan
you could
is
be
to
credit
work
card
on some
debt free, or you
Right.
could be only
So-
liability debt free, meaning your house is the asset. There's a whole bunch of, but you said debt
So
free.
you didn't
I'm
even
like,
let
ooh.
me finish.
Okay,
talking.
all
That's
right.
why I asked
Let
the
us
question.
know,
So
let us
anyway,
know.
I work in
Please.
finance, so I decided when I say debt free, meaning I did specify. I said mainly my credit card bill, so that the only thing that will be left is my house and student loans. And I think that we all should look at being financially fit as well as physically fit going into the new year or starting today, as Shelly said.
Well, you're right. I feel you with the financial. I do. I have some credit card bills, and I'm going to try to pay them off. And actually, I have really started. Everything has started before the whole new year. I started not spending as much, really cracking down on my spending because I want to have a little nest egg. When you own a house, golly, something always is coming up. It just is. So I'm with you on that whole financial thing. What about you, David?
Well, I'm looking at going in this year. Something that a lot of us sometimes need to think about is I'm gonna spend more time on my own personal dreams instead of always assisting people with their dreams.
Yes.
A lot of us work for different agencies
Yes.
and companies, and we getting them more money, more clients, more things. What about our own personal dreams that we want? If we want to start our own business, if we want to do travel more. So this year, I'm gonna focus a lot more on my own personal dreams. I'm still going to assist people, but I have to focus on my own personal dreams also. Maximizing your talent.
I admire that, David. I think with your own personal dreams, sometimes it comes with, people have to have capital. You have to have capital sometimes to support your personal dreams as well as time. So if you have the capital and the time, I encourage everyone to follow that.
Well, how about you, David?
I wanted to. That brings up an interesting topic because I agree with you, Dave. But this the topic of your own dreams, goals, and how that relates to relationships. I wanted to kind of get people's take on when you are an entrepreneur, which is not the traditional, obviously 9 to 5, where you go, you do your 9 to 5, you come home. As an entrepreneur, you have to work pretty much almost all the time. There's always something to do. There's always things that you have to take care of, calls you have to make, so on and so forth. So in thinking about marriage and going from single to being married, a lot of people, you have to, if you're linking up with somebody who has a traditional idea of what a marriage would be, which is being with a husband maybe or a guy who has a 9 to 5, but you're not that dude, that might cause some problems. And I guess I was wondering, how do we handle in relationships when the goals or the dreams or the visions don't quite match up? They might be good people for each other in terms of personality.
Then that means
or
they
in
don't
terms
match
of
up.
other things.
That's my experience is that when we talk about this equally yoked thing, that it's not always about religion, it's not always about finances, it's also about your ideals, meaning those things that are deal breakers for you. And so if I'm somebody that believes that you're going to be in a 9 to 5, and I'll give you a prime example, is that, and this is not my man relationship, this is the relationship that I have with my mother. And that most of you know I'm her caregiver. She has a chronic illness. And she wanted to retire. And one of her issues with retirement was I was a solo practitioner. And she was so afraid that something was going to happen to her. And then my business go circle the tubes because I was taking care of her. And how are you going to financially support yourself? So in order to make it so that she could mentally wrap her mind around retiring, I actually bought into a partnership in a regular firm so that she could say, okay, now you have this salary here, and now I feel good with retirement. But then 2 years later, what she realized is that I was making a third of what I made out there on my own because now I had to get back into the partnership. I had less time for her because now there was somebody who actually expected me to be in the office, that now that there was more support staff who's like, well, we can't, they sit around twiddling your thumbs when you're not there. So when I was dealing with my mother, one of those things that I learned was that as I date, I tend to date professional men who are also entrepreneurs who don't have those regular 9 to 5. They absolutely understand that I come and go when I come and go, and I understand they come and go when they come and go. But, as I talk to them, they say, well, one of the issues, I have a friend who travels a lot, and the chick that he was trying to date, it didn't work out because, she was like management at Target, which is not a bad job, but she wanted him to come home, and he's trying to close deals in Chicago. And it's like, look, I got it. And she did not understand that that's what he had to do. Or, you know, the fact that I had a busy trials calendar. I dated a dude, he didn't understand. For 3 weeks, I can't even talk to you because I'm on trial. Like, I really, whatever, don't die. Be out, just make sure you are live out there, check in. But generally, I really don't care about how your day went because I'm busy with experts. And I think they don't mesh.
We're going to go to a break. I feel you when we come back. I've been an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur for 15 years, and I do have some stories about how that worked out in a relationship. Let's thank the people who helped me put the show together. We're talking about new video production. That's Howard Gilliam Jr. And, of course, DJ Romy Rome is in the house, 88.1. I can't believe it. He's been gone for a while, but he's back again. That's a rap. I wanted to give you a little rap right there. And, of course, Dr. Shock and Dr. Shock and Dr. We got doctors all up around here. Anyway, let's go to a break right here at TGI Fridays. You're now watching Single on a Saturday Night, live behind the scenes. The shopping that's going on. We have ADDesignGroup.com. Always here bringing us great items. You have pocketbooks. You have hats. And, of course, the jewelry. And, oh, what is she getting? She's getting jewelry right now. Oh, look, she's a happy look. Another happy customer. See? Right here at Single on a Saturday Night, TGI Fridays, 4000 City Ave. Are you happy about your purchase?
Yes, I am. Bracelet.
Oh, a bracelet. Oh, goody. And a pretty ring? Mm-hmm. She's excited. All right. Thank you, ADDesignGroup.com. Always giving us great and lovely things.
We've got all kinds of goodies here today. We have our fancy stockings. We have our tights. We even have body stockings on the premises today.
All right, ADDesignGroup.com. If you want something, you can always come see us every fourth Saturday. Now let's get back to the topic right now. It is great. It's going on. Join the conversation. Join us on Facebook, Single on a Saturday Night TV, and we'll get all kinds of conversations. So join us, all right? Single on a Saturday Night. Welcome back to Single on a Saturday Night right here at TGI Fridays. And if I didn't tell you, I forgot about my glam right here. ADDesignGroup.com, giving me the great jewelry, and of course, Glam Goddess 215. Holler on Instagram for the makeup. I like it. I really do.
It's the new year, new you. You sexing it up. I give you another 3 months, you look half good at me, and I don't know what to do with you. I can't sit next to you.
I don't know. I'm trying to get there. Maybe I'm trying to get that husband too. But anyway, as far as entrepreneur, I was an entrepreneur for 15 years, and being in a relationship, it was hard. It was like, why is your phone always going off? Why are you doing this? Why? It was always a constant battle with that whole entrepreneur 9 to 5 type of thing. So
I got it on Christmas.
But right now I'm in the 9 to 5 way, and I'm dealing with different people. And when I meet an entrepreneur, they're like, well, why don't you get back to your goals and your dreams? As if I'm not still doing my dreams. But I don't want to put that. When I was in business and doing my own business, everything was secondary. I want a family, and I want to concentrate on making me a better me to finally, God, give me that man, because I don't want to concentrate on business all the time. I am ready. When I say I was dedicated to being an entrepreneur, no one came before me making that money, that business, that goals, doing it all night long. I'll be like this, yeah, whatever. You call me on that line, 1, 2, 3. I don't care. I don't care who's with me. But right now, I don't feel like that's what I want. I'd rather have a husband.
The thing that
success is nothing without someone you love to share it with. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Ladies sing the blues. I understand that one. And, just to what Dave was talking about, there is individual resolutions that you want to have going to New Year. And then if you're involved with somebody, there should be some joint things that y'all are going to approach going into the new year. Looking at, anything from time to if y'all going to purchase a home, y'all going to live together, if you're going to get married, if y'all going to start a business together. So a lot of times we look at ourselves individually, but if you are involved with somebody, I believe there should be some conversation with your mate to discuss some goals that y'all have with one another as y'all move forward. Then as Danielle was talking about, now you have accountability for what you say. If you say that we're going to work at putting our finances together, once you say it, it's out there, be accountable for it. If we're going to strengthen our family together, if she already has a child, he already has a child, let's do that. Those are things that we got to look at moving forward, that resolutions should not just be a resolution, it should be a solution to something that you weren't proud of earlier or didn't get a chance to do. Let's get some solutions instead of resolutions going into this year.
Anybody in the audience have any comments, any resolutions, or new goals? Or maybe not. No, Terry, no. I know you do. Where's your phone? Where's your microphone? It's underneath
right next to you.
I said, where's your phone? Where's your microphone? Here, okay.
Not on, I don't think.
Pick it up.
Is this
Howard
on
says
now?
it's on.
It is on? Okay, my bad. I'm Terry Gilmore. We were talking earlier before the show started about, getting married and dating. And one of the things that women were talking about is how do they know if they're with a guy that has the intention to truly get married? In terms of resolutions and solutions and things of that nature. And I think it's important, one, to have that conversation up front before you get started. But it's more than that because, a person can say they want to get married, but they could be fronting, okay? They could be playing games. They could be trying to get into your pants. What you need to do is look at their friends. You need to dig a little bit. In other words, did this person just decide to get married, or have they been running this line for a while? Talk to people. Find out what's going on because there's absolutely no reason for you to be wasting your time in that area. If your goal is to get married, you need to be with somebody who is equally minded. And like Danielle said, that can be viewed as a form of being unequally yoked. You do not have similar like goals. And it's a monumental waste of time and obviously very frustrating. So, whether it's weight loss, whether it's fitness, like Shelly and Melisha, if you guys can pair up, that's a great thing. You have a like mind. You can work together to
She's a
achieve
girl.
that.
I don't want to pair up with her. I want a man.
She said for your weight
Oh,
loss.
my bad.
Calm your nerves. Calm your nerves.
Now, you see, I'm trying to keep everything up and up, and y'all got to go there. But you know what I'm saying.
Group relationship.
Because I know, Terry, you just talking about getting married. I'm one person that can honestly say I've never had interest in getting married.
Thank you.
I've never had interest in getting
Give me
married.
a high five, because
I've never had
everybody thinks that I'm crazy.
What I did desire was a healthy relationship.
Exactly.
And if it led into a marriage, then I would not be opposed to it. But for me, I didn't feel as though I needed to be married, had to be married. I'm not scared that I'm getting older. I'm in my 40s. Oh, my God, I got to have somebody. I don't have those fears. I just want a healthy relationship. And instead of somebody knowing me, I need somebody to understand me. And a lot of times we think that we got to put so much time into knowing who somebody is. Understand. If you're an entrepreneur, they got a flexible schedule. I understand. Some things you have to understand and not actually know, because you're never really going to know a person completely, but you can understand some aspects of them.
I always think that that's just a line when they go, I need to know as much about the person as I possibly can. There is always something new to learn about a person. Always. Because actually, if you are the same person today as you are in 5 years, or if you're the same person today as you were 5 years ago, then I really don't want you, because you've been stuck in a rut for a very, very long time. We all should be growing and evolving. But if I understand you, if I understand what your morals are, what your base values are, then we can grow and learn together. The one I hate, and I see this all the time as I see the people who are, because, I'm at the age where all my friends are getting divorced. Everybody ran out there and got married too young, in my opinion, because when they were getting married, I was standing at the altar like, why are you doing this? But okay, I'm down for the party. And then now they're all getting divorced. And they change. Well, of course they change. You got married at 25. You are now 40. You didn't think they were going to change? You didn't think that the stresses of work, the stresses of now becoming caregivers to your parents, the stresses of changing careers was going to change you? You didn't think that $2,500 a month mortgage commitment was going to add stress to the relationship? And they don't. They just think everything's going to be hunky-dory because now I said I do, which is why I never said I do, because I don't. I'm just saying.
But this is my thing. I understand you saying you don't want to get married. There's a lot of men out here that are saying, oh, I just don't want to get married. But I understand what it's like. I mean, not saying I had it for a brief moment, what it was like to be with someone on a consistent basis, get up with them, go to bed with them, they cook you breakfast, that kind of thing. I want that on a consistent basis. I had it for a short moment, and ever since I lost it, it felt like I want it again. I used to be afraid of marriage, but I really want to be with someone.
Is that what you think marriage is? Because marriage ain't that, baby.
Marriage is
and
not
if that's what you
just
think
that.
marriage is, I'm glad that you lost it when you did. I'm
know
glad you lost it when you
That's not all
did.
that marriage is, but I used to think that I didn't want to be with someone on a consistent basis, but I do now. I know marriage, everything we do
It
is
wasn't
work.
a consistent basis, Shelly. I understand that you had a glimpse, but you had a glimpse of the good. It only lasted a month. Let it be 10 years.
No, I had a glimpse
seriously.
of good. I've seen some ups and some downs, and I'm not. Don't get there. I've been to ups and downs. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but what I'm saying is, I want it. I understand what I want. I need it. This is what I want. And I'm tired of meeting men who just say, "Oh,
What is
I'm
it that
cool.
you want, Shelly?
I'm cool being
What is
where
it
I
that
am.
you want?
Cool. I want to get.
But I can give you consistency in dating. So I'm asking you. We done talked about this husband.
I want a
What
husband.
is no. You don't want a husband. What is it that you want in that husband? Cause Dave, I can get him to marry you, and he ain't the one. This Dave is single. He ain't the one.
But they
Terry
don't
sure
want
ain't
to
the
get
one.
married. He doesn't want to get
Terry
married.
want to get married. Terry want to get married. Terry want to get married.
I don't
Terry
desire.
don't
Here you
want to
go.
marry me.
How you know?
Cause I know. We done
How
had
you
a
know?
conversation
Did
about it.
did he ask you and you said no?
We already
Did you
had a
ask him and he said no?
Terry don't want to marry me.
Barrios wants to get married. Here you go. He want to get married too.
No,
How you
he
know?
don't get married. He's not
Barrios
ready
wanna
yet.
get- I'm
He's
just
not
saying.
ready yet. Barrios is not ready yet.
No, but he said he want to get married. This one want to get married. Everybody want to get
10
married.
years.
Married,
What?
married, married.
I'm not waiting 10 years.
Well, how you know? I'm just saying is that I'm asking you, what is it that you want other than this man to stand up before God and church and the community and say, I do? What is it that you want him to do?
I want him to be what God has designed
Okay,
for me.
blah, blah, blah.
The reason why I am not married is because
Blah,
I
blah,
understand.
blah.
Ain't no
She
blah,
wants
blah, blah. I
security.
didn't choose somebody. I could have been married a long time ago just like you. But I didn't choose them because that's not the one for me. I'm saying I want that right
God,
now. Right now.
since we want to bring God into it,
Yep,
because you know I know
all
the
day.
Jesus
Gonna
stuff
bring
over
God
here
right now.
is
Yup.
that God should have revealed to you by now what are these qualities that you are looking
I
for.
do
in
know what
husband.
I'm looking for.
So
I'm not
I'm
gonna go
asking
down my
you
list.
what? I'm putting it
I'm
out
looking
there.
for a man
We're holding
who
accountability right now.
loves God first, puts him first, not just go to church that like Terry and I had a conversation. I don't want just a church boy because they full of crap too. I want a man who is really living this life, not just saying, yeah, I want you, I'm for real, I'm down with you not having sex and then the next minute trying to get in your drawers. I want somebody who respects me on all levels of where I'm going religiously. Yes, that became, I put that to the side for a minute, but now I know that's what I want first and foremost, the man who is walking the same way I'm walking. If I get up on Sunday and go to church, he better get up on Sunday and go to church. He better get up before me and go to church. I'm tired of settling for less. I'm just
So then the
tired.
question is, but Shelly, no, wait a minute, Dave, wait a minute, because this is very base. What you just asked for ain't that much, but you sold
Yes, it
yourself
is
for
much.
no. You sold yourself for less. That was you, Shelly, every single time. When you decided to lay down with that man and it was against what you believe, that was you. That wasn't him.
It
when
wasn't
you
him.
decided that you was going to put that to the side, your own word, that was you. That was not him. When you decided that you was going to be weak of the flesh, that was you. That was not him. So therefore, Shelly, you've been selling yourself short. It's
I
not
get
what
it.
these men out here are doing. It's what you are falling for and doing to yourself time and time
It
again.
doesn't-
If you do
even
the
if-
same thing over and over again, it is the definition of what?
Same result.
Insanity. I get it. I get it.
But is it, Shelley, is it that now I heard a lot of women saying that marriage is important to them because they believe that's going to give them a sense of security.
I don't need security. I got my
Now,
own
people
house.
think,
got my own
not
bills.
that
I pay
security,
everything.
emotional security. That's not security.
Emotional.
But I hear that.
Died too. Go ahead.
That I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. I want to be married because I got to know that if anything happened to you, that I'm okay. I need a sense of security. Is it security, or what is
not
your whole
my-
premise for
that's
getting
not my
married?
issue.
So your
That's-
premise of getting married is what?
Compatibility, having a mate, someone there, someone I can grow with. I need a
Can
friend.
you get all that without being married? Yes.
See, I believe you can.
No, you can't.
They down with you. They down with you.
The God. Okay, yeah, go to your area.
We'll
go
let
to
you
your
say
area.
something.
Go with your area, and then go to Terry. So Billy, David, Terry.
Before we lose time, the Dave and Dave. So it's interesting. We're sitting on two opposite sides, two Daves, but yet he had no desire, but I've desired since I was a child, like since around 8 years old, to be married because I'm meant to be married too. Not everybody who lives and breathes is meant to be married. So not everybody is meant to be married. That's first and foremost. But for those who are meant to be married, there is a desire in the heart. Now that's not saying that Dave, you won't get married, but with that desire is not in there. So if it does, great. If it doesn't, you're good. That's what I mean. But for me, if it doesn't, then that's me and God. We have to work that out because I've had that desire that was placed in me since I was young. So that's one difference. But the whole soulmate thing is what I'm hearing. Nobody said that word, but I'm gonna step out there.
That's
because
you,
what I'm
soulmate.
hearing is descriptions of inquiring about, seeking, wanting, and desiring a soulmate. So I'll just throw out the definition of what that is as coming from the soulmate specialist. A soulmate is the one and only person who God made especially for you, who's best equipped to help you both find and fulfill your purpose in life. So for those who are meant to be married, because again, not everybody is, there's someone who God made to help you find and fulfill whatever your purpose is in life. What he made you to do in this life and on this planet, he also made a pair for you to help you with that and you with them. He did not make soulmates for marriage. Okay? He did not make them, although because they're best equipped to help you with your purpose, then they're also most ideal to be your spouse. But the spouse part is where free will choice comes in. So as long as they're each other or helping each other with what they were both put on this planet to do, then it's their choice to recognize each other through relationship with God, right? That they are each other's spouses or best match for spouses as well. So that's where we're getting some of these things. There's so many factors and facets that go into finding the match, not just the good match. You know what I mean? Because like that's why I'm not a matchmaker. Because although I can do that, my purpose and my goal is to help people find the match. Not just a good match, not a great match, not a very compatible match, but the match. The one that God has put on this planet that is best equipped to be your best suitable mate. So those are some of the things that I've put out there.
I just got a question.
Sure.
So what if you don't believe in God? They don't believe that they shouldn't get no mate?
No. So if you don't believe in God, like a complete atheist, as opposed to like an agnostic,
Now,
right?
a complete atheist. Well, I don't believe in no higher power at all. So, whatever it is here, and then you die and go to the dirt.
Now, I tend to get the most flack from that group. Now, you and I, we have.
They want to come on the show too. They asked me, so they'll come on next time.
So we're still cool, but when it comes on certain topics, I'm sure that you disagree.
Oh no, I'm not an atheist. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay, great. Well, for those who are,
I just don't believe all this blah 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 over here. But I'm not atheist.
What I say is, it's like this. It's like, not. So there are those who are not atheists and just don't believe in soulmates. So how I say to that group is, not believing in soulmates is like going through school and not believing you could get an A, right? So if you didn't think that A's existed and you thought that a B was the top grade you could get, not believing in an A doesn't mean that the A doesn't exist, and it only makes you strive for something that's beneath what is possible for you to get. So that's one way that I describe it. For atheists, just for the atheists, for the atheists who don't believe in God at all, I use the air analogy, right? You don't have to believe in air to be sitting here and breathing it. It's going to exist whether you believe it or not. There are things that exist whether you believe it or not. And what cognitive affective psychology says is you cannot have a concept or a conceptualization or perceive 100% of the things that you don't attend to. So if you're not paying attention to the spiritual realm or a higher power, then you're not going to be able to have any kind of conceptualization of anything on the spiritual realm. So they still have a soulmate, but their lack of belief in it will inevitably increase their likelihood of missing that person.
So what if they still find them? Then that just negates your entire theory.
No, they can still find them. They just wouldn't be able to acknowledge, or they wouldn't acknowledge that that's what it was. They would be able to reap all the benefits of that person, but they just would not ever acknowledge to themselves or in any other way that that's what they had.
I think that sounds like the better way to go.
All right, so that's the better way to go. We'll come back. It's take to a break. We'll thank everybody who helped us put the show together. No. All right, we're going to keep on going. No, yes. Okay, this is the end of the show. We're still gonna thank everybody. We're gonna come back next week, but we're still gonna thank everybody that helped put the show together. That's New Video Productions, Howard Goodman Jr., DJ Romy Rome, who's in the house, and of course Dr. Shop, Austin Fine Photography. I wish I could take some pictures right now. I'm ready.
I'm taking birthday pictures as soon as this man get his camera together.
Woo, okay, what man? All right, yeah, so take some pictures, Austin Fine Photography, and of course, at Glam Goddess 215. I feel like a picture. In my jewelry, like it, abdesigngroup.com.
Well, you know, you're nice and thin, so you can lay out on something.
Oh, yes. Ooh, I can't wait.
And get them to take it from up high. That makes you thinner.
That makes you thinner, right? Oh, my goodness. But thank you for joining us. Check us out next week. We're going to continue. I think it gets a little heated. So come back next week and find out. I think I know why we all single. But anyway, let's go.
Can you tell me? Tell me at the break. Tune into YouTube.